Hey everybody, my name is Eli and today we're going to be talking about how you can turn $1 into $22,000. No, that's not a trick, nothing to it. Is it something that you could do? Yes. Is it something that you can do today? You can get started today. Let's get into it. Okay, so how is this possible, right? How can you possibly turn $1 into $22,000? It's this amazing thing, right? It's called compound interest. I know, it's amazing. There's this famous guy that I've heard of, his name is Albert Einstein, and he called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. So, it's pretty amazing. So, how does this work, right? Let's call this right here the S&P, right? It's the market, the S&P 500. According to Investopedia, the S&P has had an average return of 10% per year since its inception. So what happens is, right, you take your $1 right here, you put it into the market, and then what happens? You let it grow. You let it sit there with time. And $1 in there at 10% a year, right? At 1 year, you're gonna have $1.10. That's not $22,000. Give it a little bit more time. Give it a little bit more time. At 5 years, you're talking $1.65. That's still not very much, right? 10 years, you're $2.72. You could almost buy a coffee with that. At 20 years, you're at $7. You're still not seeing much, right? There's no way. How long do you have to wait to get to $22,000? At 50 years, after waiting 50 years in here, it's worth $148. So that means if you put your $1 or whatever amount you put into an index fund and waited 50 years, it would be 148 times its current value now in 50 years, which is crazy. But then, like I said, with more time, it's going to grow faster and faster, right? Because you have your initial amount that you're putting in plus more and more on top of it. In 100 years, this would be worth $22,000. It seems unreal, but it's how compounding interest works. That's why it seems like magic, because the longer it's in there, the more it's going to grow, and it's going to grow faster over time. So it's nice and slow at first, and then every year after that, you're just gaining more and more and more. In 10 years, your principal amount, the amount that you've actually put in, is only $1. That's still going to grow. But also, because you had $2.72, there's another $1.72 that is growing on top of your money. In that case, you're going to gain that 10% interest on that whole $2.72, which is why it speeds up faster and faster. So you really get an exponential growth. Well, so this is my first video on compounding interest. I'm going to have a few more videos coming out here in the next couple of days. So if you find this stuff interesting, definitely hit like and subscribe, because there's going to be some more videos coming up, and how you can turn $1 into over $80 million, and a way to pay for your college $1 at a time. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.